Okay, so taking a look at some examples of similarity transformations. On the first couple of problems, you want to graph the polygon with the given vertices. On number one, you have a quadrilateral. I already graphed that. After the similarity transformation, and then again, notice that the similarity transformation includes a dilation. So there's a translation. After the translation, you should still have a congruent figure. So I'm going to label this A prime, B prime, C prime, D prime, and then a dilation. I'll use double prime. So the translation rule is given in terms of ordered pair notation. This says subtract 5 from each x coordinate, subtract 3 from each y coordinate, or in other words, every point for quadrilateral ABCD is going to go 5 units to the left and 3 units down. Okay, so I figured out and went over the translation. Again, every point in quadrilateral ABCD went 5 units to the left, 3 units down. So I graphed that and then also wrote out the coordinates of A prime, B prime, C prime, D prime. That's after the translation. These two figures should be and are congruent. And then there's a dilation. Notice that the dilation, the scale factor is given. So K is 3. And then since no center of dilation is specifically given, that implies that the center of dilation should be the origin. Before I graph that, I'm actually going to figure out and go through how we can calculate the points as far as ordered pairs. I'm going to use double prime notation. All this says is if the scale factor is 3, multiply each x coordinate by 3 and each y coordinate by 3. Negative 2 times 3 is negative 6. 3 times 3 is 9. Okay, and then for B prime, just repeat the process. Negative 3 times 3 is negative 9. 2 times 3 is 6. Negative 1 times 3 for C double prime is negative 3. 0 times 3 is 0. And then lastly, for D double prime, 0 times 3 is 0. 2 times 3 is 6. I'm going to graph that as well. Okay, so in red, I have the dilated figure. So in red there, that's after the dilation. And what should happen is each of the side lengths, like A double prime, B double prime, either compared to A prime, B prime, or to AB, should be 3 times as long. And each side length of the dilated figure is 3 times as long as either the translated figure or the pre-image. All the angles should be congruent. For example, B prime, B double prime. That angle should be congruent to not only B prime, but B as well, and so on. But that's a similarity transformation, a translation followed by a dilation.